Hello, everyone. It's Richard Moore here again, one more time. Um, I wanted to do a video on a theme that I think might be affecting a lot of people who are Christians and maybe even those who aren't Christians. Those who are seeking to help those around them might be experiencing what I like to call compassion fatigue. I've experienced it here. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I get approached all the time for money, for food, for whatever you might even imagine. Um, and I've experienced recently, even as our staff here at Creekside Church has discussed lately, we've kind of all been experiencing it. We um, give and give and give, and you you're so compassionate for people's needs and to help them, but you feel used and sometimes abused and manipulated, and you feel compassion fatigue for some of those people who are um, yeah, truly helpless, truly hurting. And our pastor brought to our attention Matthew 28:12, a really interesting passage about the end times, funny enough. And it says, because lawlessness is increased, this is Jesus talking, because lawlessness increases, some people's love will grow cold. And I thought that was really particularly hitting and fitting. For those of you who are Jesus followers, following Jesus into mission, um, sometimes in the lawlessness that you see around you, your love might grow cold. And so that's it. That's compassion fatigue. Um, and it also is talked about in 2 Timothy chapter 3. I've got it right here. You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times where people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, abusive, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents. I think it's funny that disobedient to their parents is in that list. That's pretty funny. And ungrateful. And you may have given money to people and they've expressed ingratitude towards you, and that can grow compassion fatigue for people who continue to give and continue to seek to have compassion. They'll consider nothing sacred. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They'll be cruel and hate what is good. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than God. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that. They are the kind who work their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires. Such women are forever following new teachings, but they never are able to understand the truth. These teachers oppose truth, just like Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses. They have depraved minds and counterfeit faith, but they won't get away with this for long. Someday everyone will recognize what fools they are, just as Jannes and Jambres. So interestingly, our times are reflective of this type of lawlessness, and what we have to fight as Christians is the the part where our hearts grow cold. And so, what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is just a few quick steps to fight some compassion fatigue. If you give lots of money, for instance, or you're helping people and they don't receive your help, or they don't truly receive your spiritual help, what you would care to help them most with, then here's some few quick steps to fight compassion fatigue. Um, and doing what Jesus would want you to do to meet people's real needs. So the very first thing at the top of the list is, as you're meeting people's needs, seek to meet their spiritual needs first. If they're unwilling to receive your help for their spiritual needs, that they would know Christ first of all, that they would receive Him as Lord, then in a lot of ways you're wasting your time with these people. If they're totally unwilling, then it's sometimes time to move on. Pray for them, Maybe continue to keep some contact if you're able, but seek to meet people's spiritual needs as you meet their physical needs. I remember one time in Bible college, a bunch of guys were driving through town, and we came across a homeless guy who had asked for help. And we said, well, we don't give out money, but we'd be willing to give you a meal. And so we sat down with him at a Chinese place for an hour and shared the gospel with him. That was during the physical need. We tried to meet his need, but we shared Christ with him. And as we walked out, it was really interesting. As we walked out, another guy approached us and became belligerent, asking us for money as well. And we said, well, we don't have any more money, to give you. And he just got really angry and agitated at us that we wouldn't help him. And another guy, right after that, he walked up to us and with a backpack on, all his belongings there, he said, I'm really sorry for that. Don't let him define who we are as homeless people. I'm a real person struggling with real need. I've lost my home, I've lost my job, and I'm carrying everything I have in my life on my back. And we weren't able to help that guy because we didn't have any more money, but we prayed with him and tried to seek to meet spiritual needs. So seek to meet spiritual needs as you're doing the work. That will never get old, and that can never get old. If we're living a missional life for Christ, that can never get old. Don't ever give away cash. As a rule in my life, I don't ever give away money, just cash money. And I tell people that. As a rule, I don't give away cash, and I follow it up with this statement. But what can I help you with? How can I help you? So sometimes I have money on my bank account, and I'm able to go help the person with a sandwich. Many times that's turned down because they don't really want true help. A lot of people just want the cash, and for a number of different reasons, for alcohol or drugs or something like that. But don't give away cash as a rule in your life. I encourage you to think about that and pray about that as a rule. Don't give away cash, and ask the person immediately, what can I help you with? Can I get you food? Can I help you get a bus ticket? Go buy a bus ticket. Can I give you a ticket for transportation somewhere? Don't give away cash, because you never know what it's going to be used for, and you'll be responsible before God to answer what you've done with your money. So yeah, and give to organizations. Another tip for me is to give to organizations that the money's getting to the right places, to relief in the developing world. Organizations like Compassion International and World Vision. Those monies that you give to those companies for relief in the world are getting to the right places. Think about sponsoring a child. Do the compassion things that will renew your compassion and not kill it, and not make you tired of being compassionate. Give to organizations that will build up your compassion, not destroy it. Always seek to help people in their real needs, not in milkshakes. I'll give you a quick example. A gentleman approached me at a burger joint and asked me if I would help him get something to eat. And I said, man, I'm sorry, I only have like $1.50 here. I could probably buy you a hamburger with that. I'm not going to be able to buy you a whole meal, but I've got $1.50 left in my wallet. He's like, all right, give me a milkshake. And I was like, if you're hungry, like, I'll get you something to eat, like a hamburger or something, but I'm not going to get you a milkshake. And he's like, no, man, give me a milkshake. What's wrong, bro? And I'm like, I'll help you with something, a real physical need, like food, but I'm not going to buy you a milkshake. And he just got more and more agitated and angry with me that I wouldn't buy him a milkshake with my $1.50. And so, help with real needs. And actually, this same guy had knocked at my door, at my house, on my door, asking for money. I had a packet of information of where to go for shelters and said, I don't give away money or cash, but I can give you this to help you get you on your feet. And he said, no, man, I just want your money. So, there's ways that you can help people physically, and people who are really looking for help will take your help. If they're looking for your cash, then it'll become really clear what they want. So don't help people with milkshakes. Help them with real needs. I just wanted to close with this. I'm ashamed to say it. America's become a excessive country, let's say. I'll give you, for instance, for Halloween, Americans spent $8 billion on this event a few weeks ago. $8 billion we spent on Halloween. So just think, don't put your money to stupid stuff. Put your money to real things that will compassionately help those who need it. Don't spend your money on stupid stuff. The presidential campaign that we just had recently was the same. OpenSecrets.org said that we spent $5.8 billion on this election cycle. Don't spend your money on stupid, dumb stuff. Grow your heart of compassion by giving to true things that really help people, and help them in true physical ways, help them in words and in action, being the hands and the feet of Jesus, holding good words and good works in both hands. Good works in one hand, good words in the other. So give to things that matter. I'm going to say that candy at Halloween doesn't matter. So let's give to things. Let's grow a heart of compassion for things that matter. Pray that the Lord would give you compassion. Do the things in your life that soften your heart, and not harden it. So don't let your love grow cold, as Jesus said might happen. Let your heart of love grow soft and softer and softer. May the Lord give us grace to do this. All right, guys, blessings. Thanks for watching.